Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the noise and chaos around you? Like you can't think straight or focus on what really matters? Well, I'm here to tell you that the key to finding inner peace and achieving your goals is to always be silent and cut all contacts. I know that might sound extreme or even impossible in today's hyper-connected world, but hear me out. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, notifications dinging on our phones, people vying for our attention, an endless stream of information and opinions coming at us from all directions. It's no wonder so many of us feel stressed, scattered, and unable to concentrate on the things that are truly important to us. But what if I told you there was a way to rise above all that noise? A way to create a sense of stillness and clarity that allows you to tap into your deepest wisdom and potential? The answer is simple, but not easy. You must learn to cultivate inner silence and solitude. You must be willing to disconnect from the external world for periods of time in order to reconnect with yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting you become a hermit and completely withdraw from society. That's not realistic or healthy. We are social creatures who need human connection and interaction. But there is a difference between the nourishing relationships that uplift us and the toxic ones that drain us. There is a difference between being available when needed and being on call 24/7. Boundaries are essential for our well-being. Start by carving out some silent time for yourself each day, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes at first. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed and simply sit with yourself. No phone, no TV, no music, no reading. Just you and your breath and your thoughts. It might feel uncomfortable, or even scary at first. We're not used to being alone with ourselves without any distractions, but stick with it. Over time, you'll start to crave these moments of solitude. You'll discover that answers and insights arise from the stillness that you never would have accessed when you were caught up in the busyness of life. Use this silent time to check in with yourself. How are you really feeling beneath the surface? What are your true desires and dreams? What's weighing on your mind or holding you back? Give yourself permission to explore these questions without judgment. Be curious and open to what emerges. You might be surprised by the wisdom and clarity that's already inside you. As you get more comfortable with silence, start expanding it to other areas of your life. Take a silent walk in nature without your headphones. Eat a meal alone without any distractions. Drive somewhere without turning on the radio. Notice how different you feel when you're not constantly consuming information or stimulation from external sources. Notice how much more present and grounded you become. But cultivating inner silence is only half the battle. The other half is being discerning about who and what you allow into your space. Not everyone and everything deserves access to your time and energy. You have to be protective of your peace and set clear boundaries. This might mean unfollowing toxic people on social media, saying no to draining social obligations, or even ending relationships that are no longer serving you. I know that can be really hard, especially if you're a people pleaser or afraid of conflict, but your well-being must come first. You can't pour from an empty cup. If certain people or situations are consistently making you feel stressed, anxious, angry, or depleted, it's time to reevaluate whether they belong in your life. Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you, who respect your boundaries and support your growth. And be willing to spend time alone rather than settling for low-vibe company. Solitude can be scary if we're not used to it, but it's essential for our spiritual and emotional development. When we're constantly around others, it's easy to get caught up in groupthink and lose touch with our own inner voice. But when we have the courage to be alone, we create space for introspection, creativity, and personal growth. Some of the most brilliant minds in history, from Einstein to Eleanor Roosevelt, credited their success to long periods of solitude. They understood that groundbreaking ideas and innovations don't come from following the crowd, but from going within and trusting one's own insights. So don't be afraid to march to the beat of your own drum, even if that means spending time alone. Of course, I'm not saying you should completely isolate yourself forever. We all need connection, love, and support. But be intentional about the relationships you cultivate. Choose depth over breadth. Cherish the handful of people who truly see you, accept you, and want the best for you. Quality is more important than quantity when it comes to friendships and romantic partnerships. And communicate your need for space when you need it. Don't be afraid to tell people, I need some alone time to recharge, or I'm taking a break from social media this weekend. Those who really care about you will understand and respect your boundaries. And those who don't, well, that tells you something valuable about where they really stand. Ultimately, learning to be silent and selective with your time and relationships is about taking responsibility for your own happiness and growth. It's about recognizing that you have the power to create the life you want by being intentional about what you let in. So many of us go through life on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes our way without really pausing to ask if it's what we truly want. But when you cultivate inner silence and strong boundaries, you start living life on your own terms. You gain the clarity to know what you want and the courage to go after it, even if that means going against the grain. You develop a strong sense of self that isn't dependent on others' validation or approval. And you free up so much time and energy to focus on the things that really light you up inside instead of getting caught up in drama or distractions. Of course, this is a practice and a journey. It's not about achieving some state of perfection where you're always zen and never affected by the chaos of the world. That's not realistic. We're human, and we're meant to engage with life with all its beauty and messiness. But by regularly touching into that place of inner stillness and being discerning about what you allow into your space, you develop resilience and perspective. You're able to navigate challenges with more grace and mindfulness. You don't get so easily thrown off center by the ups and downs of life. And you develop a deep trust in yourself and the universe that allows you to take bold leaps and weather any storm. So if you take one thing away from this talk, let it be this: your time, energy, and attention are the most precious resources you have. Don't squander them on things that don't really matter. Get quiet, go within, and align your life with what feels true and meaningful to you. Have the courage to walk away from what doesn't serve you and create space for the magic to flow in. It won't always be easy, and there will be times of discomfort and doubt. Growth often is. But on the other side of that discomfort is a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of purpose, passion, and unshakable inner peace. You have the power to create that life. But it starts with learning to be silent and discerning. It starts with realizing that the greatest treasures are found not in the external world, but in the vast landscape of your own mind and soul. So start today. Carve out 10 minutes to sit in silence and see what comes up. Notice what and who you're allowing into your space and whether they're nourishing you or depleting you. Have the hard conversations and set the boundaries you need to protect your peace. Trust that as you align your life with your truth, the right people and opportunities will flow to you. And above all, remember that you are worthy of a life that lights you up inside. You are worthy of deep connections and soulful solitude. You are worthy of pursuing your wildest dreams and desires. Don't let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. The world needs your unique magic, but it starts with you tending to the magic within. So go forth from this place and cultivate the courage to be silent and selective. Your inner wisdom is waiting to be heard. Your extraordinary life is waiting to be lived. All you have to do is create the space for it to emerge. And let me tell you, when you start living this way, when you start prioritizing your peace and your purpose above all else, incredible things start to happen. Synchronicities and opportunities start showing up out of nowhere. The right people and resources align to support your vision, and you start tapping into a flow state where everything just seems to click into place. But it's not about waiting around for these things to happen. It's about taking consistent, aligned action from that place of inner stillness and clarity. It's about trusting the nudges and the insights that come through in the silence and having the courage to act on them, even when they don't make logical sense. So many of us are held back by our need for certainty and security. We want a guarantee that things will work out before we're willing to take a leap. But the truth is, life doesn't come with guarantees. There's always an element of risk and unknown when we step outside our comfort zone and go after our dreams. But when you cultivate a deep trust in yourself and the universe, when you learn to navigate by your inner compass instead of external validation, you develop the resilience to handle whatever comes your way. You know that even if things don't go as planned, you have the strength and the wisdom to course correct and keep moving forward. And that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start living a life that's truly aligned with your soul's calling. A life where you wake up excited to greet the day, where you feel lit up and inspired by the work you're doing and the people you're connecting with. A life where you're no longer settling for crumbs, but feasting on the banquet of your own limitless potential. But it all starts with being willing to get quiet and listen. It starts with being willing to let go of what's no longer serving you and create space for something new to come in. It starts with being radically honest about what you really want and being willing to do the inner and outer work to make it happen. And let me tell you, it's not always a straight line. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of doubt and fear. That's all part of the journey. But when you stay anchored in your truth, when you keep coming back to that place of stillness and clarity within, you'll always find your way back to the path. And you'll start to see that every challenge, every setback, every disappointment is actually a gift in disguise. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to shed old patterns and beliefs that have been holding you back. It's an invitation to dig deeper, to get even more honest and authentic about who you are and what you're here to create. Because the truth is, we're not here to play small or hide our light. We're here to shine as brightly as we can, to share our unique gifts and talents with the world. And that requires us to be bold, to be unapologetic, to be willing to stand out and speak our truth, even if it ruffles some feathers. But when we do that, when we have the courage to show up fully and authentically, we give others permission to do the same. We start a ripple effect of transformation that touches everyone around us. And we start to see that our personal growth and evolution isn't just about us. It's about the impact we can have on the world. So if you're feeling called to make a change, if you're feeling a stirring in your soul for something more, trust that. Don't second guess it or talk yourself out of it. Lean into it, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you. Because on the other side of that fear is a life beyond your wildest dreams. And it all starts with being willing to get quiet and listen. It starts with being willing to cut out the noise and the distractions and get radically honest with yourself about what you really want. It starts with being willing to let go of what's no longer serving you and create space for your true desires to flow in. So start today. Start with just 10 minutes of silence and see what comes up. Start noticing what and who you're allowing into your space and whether they're lifting you up or weighing you down. Start having the courageous conversations and setting the boundaries you need to protect your peace and your purpose. And trust that as you do this, as you align your life more and more with your truth, magic will start to happen. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and you'll find yourself living a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of passion, purpose, and unshakable inner peace. But it takes commitment. It takes discipline. It takes a willingness to do the inner work even when it's uncomfortable. It takes a willingness to let go of the old stories and patterns that have been holding you back and step into the unknown. But oh, is it worth it? Every single step, every single leap, every single moment of discomfort is leading you closer to your true self, your true power, your true purpose. And when you finally claim that, when you finally step into the life you were born to live, there's no going back. You'll look back on this moment and thank yourself for being willing to get quiet and listen. You'll thank yourself for being willing to let go of what was no longer serving you and create space for your desires to flow in. You'll thank yourself for being brave enough to take the road less traveled and trust the journey. Because that's what this is all about. It's about learning to trust ourselves, to trust the wisdom and the guidance that's always available to us when we get quiet enough to listen. It's about learning to trust the journey, even when we can't see the whole path laid out before us. And it's about learning to trust that we are always supported, always guided, always loved. Even in the moments of darkness and doubt, even in the moments of challenge and change, there is a force greater than ourselves that is conspiring in our favor. So lean into that. Lean into the silence, lean into the solitude, lean into the unknown. And trust that as you do, as you take one brave step after another, you are being led to a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life where you wake up every day feeling excited, inspired, and lit up from the inside out. A life where you're surrounded by people who see you, celebrate you, and support you in being your best self. A life where you're making a meaningful impact and leaving a legacy of love and light. That life is available to you. It's waiting for you. But it starts with a choice. A choice to get quiet and listen. A choice to let go of what's no longer serving you and create space for your true desires to flow in. A choice to trust yourself, trust the journey, and trust the magic that's always available to you. So make that choice. Make it today, and keep making it every single day forward. Because you deserve a life that lights you up. You deserve to feel passionate, purposeful, and peaceful. You deserve to be surrounded by love, abundance, and joy. And it all starts with learning to be silent. It all starts with learning to cut out the noise and tune into your own inner wisdom. It all starts with being willing to let go of the old and welcome in the new. So take a deep breath, close your eyes and get quiet. Listen to the whispers of your soul. Trust the nudges and the promptings that arise. And know that as you do, as you take one brave step after another, you are being guided to a life beyond your wildest dreams. Keep going, keep growing. Keep listening and trusting and leaping. The best is yet to come. And it all starts within. So go out there and live the life you were born to live. Go out there and shine as brightly as you can. Go out there and make the impact you were meant to make. The world needs your light. The world needs your magic. And it all starts with being willing to get quiet and listen. It all starts with being willing to cut out the noise and tune into your own inner guidance system. It all starts with being willing to trust yourself, trust the journey, and trust the magic that's always available to you. So let this be your invitation. Let this be your call to adventure. Let this be your reminder that you have everything you need within you to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. It's time. It's time to get quiet and listen. It's time to let go of what's no longer serving you and create space for your desires to flow in. It's time to trust yourself, trust the journey, and trust the magic. Your extraordinary life is waiting for you. All you have to do is take the first step. All you have to do is say yes to the call of your soul. All you have to do is be willing to get quiet and listen. So take a deep breath, close your eyes and tune in. Your inner wisdom is waiting to guide you. Your extraordinary life is waiting to be claimed. And it all starts now. Here's to embracing the power of silence and solitude. Here's to cutting out the noise and tuning into your truth. Here's to trusting yourself, trusting the journey, and trusting the magic. The best is yet to come. And it all starts within. So get quiet. Go within and let your soul lead the way. Your extraordinary life is waiting for you. All you have to do is take the first step. All you have to do is trust. All you have to do is leap. And know that as you do, as you follow the call of your soul, magic awaits you at every turn. Synchronicities, opportunities, and blessings beyond your wildest dreams are aligning in your favor. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep shining your light. The world needs your magic. The world needs your presence. The world needs you. So get quiet, tune in, and trust. Your soul knows the way. Your heart knows the truth. And your extraordinary life is waiting to be claimed. It's time. It's time to rise up, speak up, and show up as the powerful, passionate, purposeful being you were born to be. It's time to let your light shine so brightly that it illuminates the path for others. And it all starts with a simple choice. A choice to honor your truth. a choice to follow your heart, a choice to trust the magic that's always available to you. So make that choice. Make it now and make it every single day forward. Because your extraordinary life isn't somewhere off in the distant future. It's right here, right now, waiting for you to claim it. All you have to do is get quiet and listen. All you have to do is trust the promptings of your soul. All you have to do is take one brave step after another, knowing that the universe has your back every step of the way. So here's to you. Here's to your courage, your resilience, your unwavering commitment to creating a life that lights you up from the inside out. Here's to honoring your truth, following your heart and trusting the magic. The best is yet to come, and it all starts now. So get quiet, tune in and let your soul lead the way. Your extraordinary life is waiting for you. All you have to do is claim it. And remember, always be silent and cut all contacts that don't serve your highest good. Your inner world is waiting to be explored. Your magic is waiting to be unleashed. So go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you, and your extraordinary life is ready to be lived. Trust yourself, trust the journey, and trust the magic that's always available to you. Here's to embracing the power of silence, solitude, and soul-aligned living. Here's to being the change you wish to see in the world. And here's to creating a life beyond your wildest dreams. It's time. Let's do this. The journey begins now.